get it going.
Okay, we'll start with Eric Bailey.
Jeff, I wanted to ask you about the offensive line just after 3 games. How are they gelling? I wanted to ask you about McCade's block into the end zone, and then also just Wanya, just kind of a broad thoughts on all 3 subjects.
I think we've gotten better every week. We're going to continue to talk about getting better, being better, playing better, strike, strain, finish. Again, we're all on the same page. If we want to do what we want to do, man, it's going to start up front. So proud of where those guys are. Got a ton of work to do. Proud of the depth that I think we've developed a little bit just from guys being able to play a bunch of snaps. So got a ton of work to do. Got a great challenge Saturday night, man. So it'll be a great week.
And Wanya, can you talk a little bit about them?
Yeah, Wanya just being able to come back in and play and get his feet wet again, I think was great for us. Again, creating depth at that position is so critical for us, being able to go do what we want to do. McCade has been the same dude every single day. He's been great since he's been here, and excited for him just to be able to experience what he's getting to experience, but play the way he's been able to play too. So excited for both those guys.
Far left,
Yeah, Jeff, you guys probably didn't have to go big in your personnel formations, but you went 22 at one point, get a 2 tights and Tawi at fullback. Quick question, before you ran that play and made them burn the timeout, you had Chris as the jumbo in the backfield.
Yeah.
They called timeout. Who was playing right guard, and what was kind of the idea behind that play?
Yeah, just being able to show some different things, and when we need to get to a couple of specifics, being able to get to them. Tawi did a great job when he was in there, so proud of him for that. That was obviously a critical situation. When you get down there, you don't want drama. You want to be able to go punch it in right now and score now and not have to snap it again. That's the whole goal. So glad we were able to do that after Marv's touchdown got called back.
I asked all these guys, and we couldn't remember who was your right guard.
It was Savion.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Jesse.
Hey, Jeff, just wanted to ask you about Eric Gray, obviously, the big game on Saturday. You've talked about him leading that room through 3 games. What have you seen from him, not only just from his performance, but for leading that running back group as a whole?
Again, he's worked the right way. That's what's given him such a great voice inside our locker room. But then he's had some really good production. I think the best thing was just him being able to get into space and win his one-on-ones. He did a great job at the 2nd and 3rd level of winning. But again, Eric's been a pro, and he's been incredibly consistent on and off the field since we've gotten here, and it's to me it's a credit to who he is inside and out.
Yeah, Jeff, when Wanya knew he was going to miss the first couple games, was it tough to still keep him on track during those 2-3 weeks?
Wanya, he's a guy that's gone through some stuff. He's lived it. He's got some great experience, and so I think being an older guy, being a more mature guy, it gave him the ability to help us down there on the other end and give the defense a great look while he was getting ready to get to Lincoln and get on the field. So he handled it in a very mature way, really the way we expected, and then played hard Saturday afternoon.
Continue down the line.
You talked about patience last week, and for Theo and Jaleel, what do those performances do for them and their confidence, and what does having them being productive do for the overall offense?
Yeah, I think a bunch of different guys touching the football makes it a lot harder on the guys across the line of scrimmage from us. So continuing to spread it and find ways to get guys involved, that's a huge deal for us and where we want to take this thing and what we want to do. But again, a credit to Theo, to Jaleel. Those guys have been great teammates, and we've got a great culture inside that locker room right now and inside the building, all because of Coach V and how he sets the standard and how we operate every single day. And unselfish play is a big part of who we are and who we're going to be, and those guys have exemplified that, and proud of them for it.
Jeff, Kansas State, I know they lost last week, but they haven't been giving up anything on defense, really. What are you running into? They've got a couple of guys that are highly thought of, and it looks like a good unit.
No, these guys have played incredibly well. Like, you look at them from a statistical standpoint, they're at the tops of just about everything in the country. So they're the Kansas State team that is exactly who you would think that they would be. They play incredibly hard. They're incredibly physical. They're very, very disciplined and do an unbelievable job on that side of the ball. So that's put them in position to win every game they've played. Whatever happened last week happened, but and just like every other week, we got a feeling 7 o'clock they're going to be at their best, and we'll be ready to roll.
Yeah, Jeff, I want to ask you about the tight ends, and obviously we've seen what Braden can do, so the wrinkle that y'all gave him on Saturday. But what do you think about the way that those guys, especially Braden and Daniel, have complemented each other at that spot, and where are they compared to where you want that group to be?
Yeah, it was good for B. Will just to be able to make that play. High school QB, he comes in and is able to make the play there, which was huge. It was a huge momentum deal for us, and I'm incredibly proud. We're incredibly proud of where that group is. B. Will, I cannot say it enough. Now, this guy is. You watch him snap after snap, and the toughness and the effort and the attitude that he plays with. It's what Oklahoma football is all about. And DP playing the last 2 weeks has really done a good job. He brings such a physical presence to us, an added dimension to where both those guys have done really well. But B. Will, man, he's been a pleasure.
Yeah, this is a Kansas State defense. It's tied for second in the nation in interceptions with 7 of them. Obviously Dylan hasn't thrown one yet this season. I mean, just how much does it help to have a guy like him going into this matchup who is really, safe with the ball?
Yeah, he's got to continue to trend that way. Frustrated that we had the one turnover when the twos got in there late, but it's all about the ball. It's going to start and end there. We've got to take great care of it. They've done a great job creating turnovers with the 7 picks. Dylan's got to continue to take care of the rock, and if we'll do that, then we're going to have a chance to like where we're at.
All right, Wanya.
You guys haven't faced too many fourth down conversions offensively, but you guys have been pretty aggressive in almost all those fourth and shorts. How early on in the drive do you know that you're looking to, hey, if you get into 4th and 2, 3, you're going for it? What's that do for you as a play caller on third downs?
Yeah, it makes it, in all reality, it makes it a lot easier when you know that you get to 2 or less, you're going to have a chance to go for it. So getting that information early on in the drive, which has been huge, allows us to go play the way we want to play, to where you're operating on 4 downs if you get it to that certain number.
Okay. Lee Benson in the back.
I didn't get a chance to ask you after the game, but I wanted to ask you about the Dylan's touchdown run. What was it going through your head when you decided to call the quarterback draw in that moment of the game? Because it seemed like that after that happened, everything really changed.
Yeah. Liked it going into the game plan, obviously, or going into the game, and then felt really good about it when I saw the picture sitting up there. Didn't think it was going to be a 61-yard touchdown, but did think we'd gain 10 or 12 and be able to go get the first down. Then he makes an unbelievable run. But the thing I want to point out is if you watch Jalil Farouk on that play, you watch Braden Willis on that play, and that is championship strain. And those guys are playing so incredibly hard that it gave Dylan a chance to not just get us a first down, but give us a chance to go make a huge play, which did. It flipped us, and it gave us a ton of energy, gave us great momentum, and was a heck of a play all around.
And how much of that, you've called a lot of plays for Dylan over the years. Was there a little sense of like maybe trying to calm him down a little bit, maybe settle him in, as opposed to not throwing it, maybe getting him on?
Yeah, I think it was still about taking what they were giving us. Felt like it was something that was going to be really good for us situationally. Knew we wanted to get it up early, and was able to there. Don't like being in the 3rd and long situation, 3rd down situations, but knew that we're going to have a chance to go make a play, and he did.
Anything else for Coach Lebby?
Just wondering if Keith Lawrence is as much of a pain in the butt in practice when you guys go get one-on-one, good on good, as he is in games. He's so disruptive. Does he do that to your game plan in practice too?
He's done a good job of flying around and making plays, through whether it was spring ball or fall camp, and just his energy, and it's something that we see, every single day for sure.
Does that really mess you up though when you comes in and rips the ball out or something like that, it's like, run it back, or, you know.
No, what we want is, we always talk about iron sharpening iron, you know, and finding ways to take care of the football. If in practice, if you're not getting a chance to take care of it in stressful situations, then to me it's really hard to create really good habits. So having those guys work for getting the football, you know, is a huge deal, and that's why taking care of it's been good so far. We got to continue to.
Go back to the right there.
Yeah, Jeff, the double pass with Willis, I think it was 21-7 at the time. You were moving the ball up and down the field. It looked like you probably could have scored without using a play like that. What goes into your decision to use a play like that in terms of using it then as opposed to saving it for something extra? Is it to give future opponents something else to worry about and think about? What are all the factors?
You know, the biggest thing is finding a way to go up 28-7. At that point in time, you know, earlier in that drive, we had a 3rd and 5, and DP made a huge play on the 3rd down where he's really tackled just before the stick and gets the first down. That's what kept that drive alive, which I think is one of the plays of the game, because it is 21-7. If we don't get that first down, you know, you're leaving it to chance a little bit. And just like in that drive, you know, you don't want to leave it to chance. You don't want to say, hey, I wish I would have done this and given us a chance to go up 28-7. If you got an opportunity to do it, you got to do it. And that's the mindset.
Okay, James.
How well is Dylan playing? There seems to be a general perception he's playing okay, or he's missed this, or he's missed that. But,
Yeah.
you know, the guys are 3-0. I mean, how well is he really playing?
Yeah, Dylan's played incredibly solid. He's taking great care of the football. There's always stuff to clean up. It's you know, I think that's the great thing about playing the position. You know, you're never going to play perfect. That's what we're striving to do. We want to get some things cleaned up and continue to play better as we move forward, and I think he will. But you look at him, he's played pretty dang clean and played pretty good for being you know, his first 3 starts here.
And back to Eric Bailey.
Jeff, wanted to ask you just how big has it been to get Davis some reps, some snaps, and let him throw the ball a little bit in this last game?
Yeah, I think talking about Davis, talking about the O-line, receivers, and tight ends, we've gotten to play a bunch of guys in these first 3 ball games, which to me is going to be really important as we get into this thing later on into the season. So been great to create some depth, been great to get those guys some live reps, some game reps, and proud of those guys and where they're at and how they've been. Man, they've been just bought in and been steady, and so Davis has done a nice job. We've got to continue to get better, obviously, but feel good about where he's at and being our 2.
And last one, Parker.
Yeah, Coach, you obviously have 2 experienced and really solid backs in Eric Gray and Marcus Major, but Javonte Barnes really flashed on Saturday as well. How much of a factor do you think he can be as you get deeper into conference play?
Yeah, I think having 3 guys at that position is critical with the way we want to run the football. You've got to have depth at that position. I think we've got it right now. Javonte, it doesn't take, you know, a genius to figure out this guy is crazy talented. He gets in there and he plays really fast. He's strong-bodied. He's fearless, and he's done a really good job. So, man, it's been huge creating some depth with him, but excited about what he's going to be here for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Awesome. Appreciate it.